I'm Melissa Constanzer.
And I'm Anna Azallion. Some of you might be running inside because of some rain and thunderstorms, though. Let's go ahead and take a look at radar and satellite and what's going on across the country. Starting you off this morning, we do have a couple areas that we're tracking for potential tropical development, but closer to home, it's really a cold front that's stealing the show.
Yeah, so as we take a look at this again, you can see where we do have some of those areas of concern, and we can show this full screen here.
Things for Labor Day weekend, but any weekend plans today? Cold front in the northeast might get in your way a little bit. There is some potential severe weather expected with this. Farther to the south, it's this area of low pressure that is bringing some coastal rain to places like South Carolina.
Yeah, and that's one of those spots. Again, we'll keep an eye on it, but mostly just a lot of first steps in the upcoming days, because guess what? There will be some showers and thunderstorms throughout Maryland today, and we'll be talking about more of that as we go through the upcoming days. Thanks for joining us here on AccuWeather Weekend. I'm Melissa Constanzer. Across the nation, not a whole lot happening as far as active weather, but we still have some showers and thunderstorms you're dodging, mostly through the nation's heartland, Nebraska into Kansas. This is where those thunderstorms are still driving their way on south with some heavy rain, even the potential for some severe weather with damaging winds. The front through the northeast is still sliding its way eastward. A couple rumbles of thunder with some of these showers and thunderstorms, and then you see this low pressure system hanging right offshore here. This is producing quite a bit of rain, mostly right towards the immediate beaches or even out into the Atlantic Ocean, so not a huge threat for a lot of folks on land. Big pocket of cool air diving its way in as the heat continues throughout the western U.S. way on in, and the frontal boundary in store for us today there in Saranac Lake, but by Monday we start to see it push its way farther towards the east. Cooler, less humid air really taking hold across the north central tier of the new nation. So what are we left with on the East Coast today? We're left with some of those showers and thunderstorms. Saranac Lake in the Adirondacks here, finding a couple of those showers this morning. Coming days, not a ton of it, but at least there will be the chance for some rain. Burlington today, showers and thunderstorms possible. Temperatures back into the upper 70s as you work your way to extending towards Harrisburg. South there, the Interstate 81 corridor, you can see much of that covered with at least the chance for showers and thunderstorms that could be severe. As we take you through this afternoon, not a whole lot going by midday. Still a couple of those pesky showers skirting through parts of Pennsylvania, upstate New York, even Vermont. But it's this week marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina struck the Gulf Coast, devastating New Orleans with catastrophic flooding. It remains wonderful coverage of Hurricane Katrina's 20th anniversary. We're going to hear from AccuWeather experts, survivors, and others who lived through this historic storm. Very memorable there, and inspiring too in some senses. As we take a look at what's going on through the south central U.S. Today, just some thunderstorms around New Orleans. No big problems here. Temperatures back into the mid 90s. Dallas holding on to the upper 90s here. Oklahoma City, lower 90s. We're pretty much largely dry for our day. Again, a couple of those spotty thunderstorms here towards the Gulf Coast, including Mobile, Alabama. But as we go through this evening, and more so tonight, that's when the rain really starts to ramp up here across Kansas, Oklahoma, and we see a wet trend. It'll evolve through Colorado first and then start to work its way eastward. So a bit of wet weather out there from Kansas into Oklahoma, also through the Texas Panhandle. We watch this big surge of moisture push east, and as it does, it starts to unfold and kind of disintegrate. But
a holiday weekend, unofficial end of summer. Let's talk about what to expect, because I know a lot of you are going to be heading out and about to the lake. Maybe you're camping, you're going to the beach, anything like that. Well, some of you maybe rethink the plans, or at least prepare for some rain and thunderstorms. Really all the way from Montana down through the southwest, parts of Texas, the Gulf Coast, all the way up into the mid-Atlantic. We have thunderstorms to deal with for the weekend. Where you luck out, the Ohio Valley into the Great Lakes, the Northern Plains, then over on the West Coast is just hot. So be prepared to take those heat-related illness steps. Make sure that you are not falling victim to heat exhaustion, heat stroke, anything like that. Let's take an early look at your temperatures across the Northeast. We're in the 70s and 80s, so despite the thunderstorms, it's at least comfortable outside. We moved to the Southeast, a lot of 80s here as well, a few 90s for some of us. Well, overall, it's been a pretty nice weekend in the Southern Plains into Texas, a little on the warmer side, but the whole pattern, it's starting to change as we head into the start of our work week. Flash flooding, that becomes the focus. Now, a couple things about this area highlighted in green here. We cannot rule out some locally severe thunderstorms as well. Think damaging wind gusts, think hail. Flash flooding is certainly the biggest concern, though. Now we're talking 1 to 2 inches of rain, even up to 6 inches of rain on top of already relatively saturated ground where we've had 1 to 2 inches of rain just in the last couple of days. And immediately when we pull up future radar here, you can see why flash flooding is such a concern. These widespread downpours to start off the morning. If you are in Amarillo, you're in Wichita, Oklahoma City, you're heading out 5, 6 a.m., just know you're probably going to run into some traffic, maybe some issues, because a downpour like this, we all know what that can mean on the roads. Now, we set this into motion, and you can see why, again, flash flooding is such a concern. It's a little bit slow moving there, but then we have just a messy setup here in the southwest with more thunderstorms moving into the panhandle of Texas. Now, part of this is a cold front coming through. It's going to impact us all the way over into parts of the southeast, but it brings round after round of some of those heavy downpours. And then still that monsoonal moisture bringing impacts to the southwest, and that leaks into Texas a little bit for some of us. But what does this mean for our temperatures? Well, take a look. You can see where the rain is and where the rain is not, because we have 70s, 80s for Oklahoma City and Little Rock, but then we head to Dallas, Shreveport. We're still in the upper 90s with AccuWeather real field temperatures up into the triple digits. Now, a lot of Texas, you stayed dry, but we do see thunderstorms down into South Texas as well.